Hello, everyone. Welcome to our episode of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I am Chris, and as always joined by Nick Slade,
Here for double or nothing.
and we are checking a look at our predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2025. And for the second time, for the third time ever, it's true. This is not taking place in Vegas. This will be taking place in Arizona.
But this is the first time it's on purpose. Because the first
First
two
time it's on purpose.
because the
First
first
two
two times
times was 2020 2021 was due to pandemic.
yes.
Um yeah.
I still think the reason why is because Vegas was like, we just had WrestleMania, man. We don't
Well, I think this is part of their plan because I didn't we're gonna get to road so far, but like I think they're starting to branch out from like their stereotypical locations for a couple of their venues.
I don't know,
And
man. They're about to do like 8 shows in a row in Chicago.
well let me get to that. I'll get to that. God damn it. But yeah, this is taking place in Glensdale, Arizona at the Desert Diamond Arena, which is a home of the Phoenix Suns. Cool.
Mm.
Somebody's gonna get more wins than the Phoenix Suns did this season. Oh, hey, my Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's how much I know about my sports team right now.
Sports ball.
Yes. So the road so far. Okay. So you brought up G. You know, technically, yeah, they're still in Chicago and stuff, but no, this is part of AEW's. It looks like AEW is shifting towards more out of the box venues for their stuff. So, like for example, like I said, Double or Nothing's in Arizona. Forbidden Door is going to be in the UK. All In will be in Texas this year, and All Out will be not in Canada, but will be September 20th. That's right. We're not doing back to back this year. We're not doing fucking back to back. Oh, thank fucking Christ. We're not doing back to back.
I still think it's dumb to have two pay-per-views. I mean, they kind of do it now. They have Wrestle Dynasty and Dynasty. They have All In and All Out. It's like, geez, come on, let's get some creativity with these pay-per-view names.
That's great. Did you not hear the last part I just said?
Yeah, but at least they're not. I know at least they're
We're
not
not.
back to back.
Thank you. Thank fucking God. It's not fucking back to back anymore. Holy shit. But yeah, so another thing, but on top of that, the Chicago thing is that they are also doing something interesting. They are doing, what did they call it? Not reservations. What was the term? Residencies. Yeah, there is. They're doing two different residencies later this year. So they're doing one residency in the iconic ECW arena for a few shows, and they're doing one later, I believe, in the fall for some Chicago shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're trying to cut costs. Well, at the
Yeah,
same, yeah, I think cut costs is the best way to describe it. Like they're trying to slim down and trying to
they're doing
be
what TNA had to do back in the day when they filmed a bunch of shows in
I think
Orlando.
if anything, they're trying to be. Let me rephrase that. Tony Khan is trying to be more financially responsible because let's not forget. Also, he probably had to pay a. No, let's not forget. He also had to pay a buttload for his Jaguars to actually get good. I actually do kind of watch the NFL draft. Actually get good like players for his team. So like, there's a number of factors into it. Oh, let's not also forget the Jaguars are also they're gonna start construction on a brand new stadium for them. So
Hmm.
there's that too. So I think they're trying
So
to
so
financially
basically, his daddy told him to pull back the purse strings.
maybe I don't know. I'm not keeping up with that shit. Um, let's see. Shannon Benjamin gives Hulk Hogan shit for calling him Benjamin Shelton.
He did
Um,
it multiple times too.
and people thought that was the only reason he was giving Hogan shit. And Shelton Benjamin's like, "Are you fucking high? Have you not seen the other shit he's done?" Let's see.
I mean, Hogan was trying to compliment him, but apparently he didn't remember how his fucking name works.
NXT
Well,
superstar Javon Evans told AEW wrestler Ricochet that you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people for a crackhead. Um,
ooh,
apparently Ricochet, my brother saw this match. He said the match was good. Ricochet had a match against Zach Gowen. Do you
yeah,
remember
I
Zach
saw.
Gowen?
Yeah, I saw that. I know. I saw they
And he
brought.
stole his prosthetic leg.
Oh man, You know who else did that? Vince McMahon. Okay, let's do that again.
Mia
Man,
Shirakawa.
okay, no disrespect to Zach Allen, but when you're digging up Zach Allen, how many toys do you want in your box, man? Like Zach Allen, we're
Do
doing.
you want to talk about the Rhino bullshit?
At least Rhino is Rhino, you know.
Yeah.
But
Anyways, Mia Shirakawa officially made her AEW match debut, winning. This match was confusing. So apparently they were
as an official
having
AEW wrestler, I just point out.
AEW. That's what I said. Did I not say AEW?
Well, yeah, she's wrestled AEW before, but this is her first as an official member of the
No, that's why
roster.
I said she made her AEW debut match. I should continue it as a AEW official AEW competitor. That's what I
Yes.
meant. That's what I fully meant. But yeah, she did that. She won this weird. We'll get to it more when we get to talking about the match. But like, she won this weird wheel for Lemire. I guess what it was that like each week Tony Storm would be involved in a fatal four way eliminator match, and whoever would be her would be your next competitor for the women's world title. So I think they had like Twitties, and like she won the first one, but then got pinned by Shirakawa in a roll up in the following one.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I'm like, why not just fucking do like a term? You know what? Never mind.
Why not just do a fatal four-way number contenders match?
Let's see. Kenny Omega. You've heard this comment he made, right? That
Which
a
one?
future Kenny Omega made a recent comment that a future WrestleMania main event match will be Logan Paul versus Mr. Beast.
Sounds like he's jealous.
No, you know what I said to that? I'm like, well, he's not wrong about that possibly being a match. Main event? No. Match? Yes. Main event? No.
I mean, yeah, say what you want about Logan Paul. The guy can go, and if he does go full time, I could easily see him getting to that position. But it doesn't matter. But obviously, Kenny Omega is just being snarky. Like he's in any room to talk. When AEW brought those TikTokers on, like shut up,
Anyway, continuing.
shut
Will
up,
Knight.
shut
Can I
up,
continue?
Kenny, shut up,
Will
Kenny.
Will Nightingale resign with AEW? Cool.
Wait,
Oh, this one's funny. So that Shirakawa match I told you about, she came out. It wasn't her Stardom theme, the really good one. It was some weird AEW version, and
uh-huh.
by the time her match is over, they switched it back to the original theme. Like, that's how quickly he fucking changed it. Like, holy shit.
Man,
You know what? I'll give it this. At least it wasn't. It was like the equivalent of when the Viking Raiders made their debut, the War Raiders made their debut
with the Viking
on Main
experience.
Raiders, and it was called Viking Experience, but by the end of their match, they were called the Viking Raiders.
Well, the reason why they had to go that like I don't know if you heard the story of them telling the story of how that all happened, where they had to go to Vince and convince him to change the name, and they were like, "Man, we already made the graphics, we already did all this. Just be the Viking experience for this 1 week, and we'll fix it the next week." And that's what they did. I
Okay.
think it was Sean told him that. I don't remember.
So okay, so we're gonna two back-to-back Darby Allin ones. First,
Yeah,
congrats to him. He made it to the top of Mount Everest,
without
waving a
cut.
big old AEW flag on top. And then he did the biggest what was his finisher called again? Coffin drop. He did the world's biggest coffin drop
Into his actual coffin because that would
into
kill
his
him.
actual coffin. But no. So congrats to him. But reports say that the plan was he was going to win. He was going to go into the finals for the Owen Cup at Double or Nothing.
So was it worth it?
Well, instead we're getting Hangman versus Ospreay, and I can't complain.
And I think whoever wins, I guess it's a sport. I think whoever wins that is beating Moxley at All In. So Darby gave up a chance to be world champion to climb Mount Everest. So okay.
So Cedric Alexander teases joining Hurt Syndicate.
Oh god, that storyline with MJF.
Apparently backstage morale's improved in 2025 for them. Whatever.
Oh, gee, I wonder why. Who left?
And that's all I really got. I haven't keeping up with AEW
Um,
news.
trying to think if there's any other news. Yeah, let's get on to this. There's
Oh
some.
no, sorry, the elephant in the room about Bryan Danielson. Yeah, it's to a point where like it's definitely looking like he's not coming back. He's saying his neck is way more fucked up than he originally thought.
Oh, so you mean they
Um,
literally ended his career by humiliating him
in his hometown.
in his hometown after giving him a shitty world title run when they should have given him the world title 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Tony
So
Khan.
we're gonna go on this. As of right now, at this, as I keep on clicking refresh on Wikipedia, it's currently 8 matches for the card. Hopefully. Though he'll probably add at least 2 pre-show matches, which we will not watch. So, to start off with, we're going to start with the women's Owen Hart Cup Tournament Finals as Jamie Hayter takes on Mercedes Moné. So, Miss Daphne Blake herself takes on the lady with one too many belts. And now one less belt
He called her
as
Daphne
she
Blake.
beat, huh?
He called her Daphne Blake. That's funny.
Yeah, as Monet lost her New Japan Strong Women's World Title to insert name of person here that I've totally forgot off the top of my head. Um, and yeah, but she is qualified for finals against Jamie Hayter, and like, yeah, you know what sucks is that
That
this
we
has
have.
no
Do we have to watch
predictability.
this?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm choosing Monet. Like, it sucks, but it is what it is. It's definitely gonna go with they're gonna go with Monet Storm
You know what
at
annoyed me? That Monet lost the title to Azumi, and then they brought Azumi on AEW television just for Monet to humiliate her to
because
get
they're
some.
trying to set up they're probably just setting up a rematch for the
I,
Japan
I
Strong
no, I know exactly why they did it. It was
because they're assholes.
because they're assholes. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Uh,
before I forget, sorry, one last tiny little Rhodes so far thing. Congrats to Dustin Rhodes for being 17 years sober.
yay,
Congrats to him.
good for you.
Sorry.
I mean it.
Continue. So yeah, Monet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go Monet Storm at All In. So
God, so what is it gonna be title for title, or then she's gonna win and vacate TBS title so nobody actually beats her?
you know what would be funny if they just let Storm retain. But that will be a story when we get to All In Texas predictions. But we're going with Monet.
Yeah, I still wonder if Athena's gonna get involved
I want
because
it to be haters so badly though.
I would like it to be Hater
For
because
one re
you
or
can't
one.
because you can't hate her. But I'm just so sick of Monet. I'm so fucking sick of her.
You know what's one of the reasons I want it to be hater? Because I want to see because you know how like Storm's doing the black and white movie thing. I would love
Hmm.
to see like the way haters been dressing. I would love to see like a 70s movie parody.
That was when Monet was going through her possible opponents, and I mean when Tony Storm was going through her possible moments, and she freaking said it's and she said it's like somebody like dressing like from the yesteryear. It's like nobody's made money off that. So that's funny. Oh, the funniest part of that promo was Luther in the background's faces. This has been a great role for Luther. But yeah, man, it's the predictable choice is Monet because man, they just Tony Khan has it. He really what's a nice way of saying it? He really likes her. Uh and he just wants to get
No,
the
no, no. Come on, let's be honest. It's Okada who really likes her.
uh uh yeah, to me, they're gonna put the world title on Monet. It's gonna happen. Tony Storm, what else do you do with her title reign? So she's most likely
Yeah.
losing it all in. But the thing is, I kind of figured they were setting up Athena to take TBS title off her, but first they gotta get the forever championship off of her. The freaking Ring of Honor women's title off her. That's
Yeah.
a God, that's a whole other thing. But I
So
guess
con
for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna go with Monet.
so continuing on for the AEW Tag Team World Tag Team Championship.
Oh, I got something to say about this.
I'll talk first and you can talk. It's a
Okay.
Hurt Syndicate defending against Sons of Texas, aka Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. They won this opportunity by winning a number one contenders match against Leo Rush and Axe and Andretti, and that's it. Okay,
Yeah,
you
man.
can go.
So they beat a random tag team. Um, man, I'm not enjoying this MGF Hurt Syndicate storyline. You know why? Because I already fucking saw this movie. It was called MGF in the Inner Circle. It's the exact same storyline. Just Bobby
You know,
Lashley is playing
you
Sammy Guevara's role.
they can fix this? It's easy. When MJF finally gets out of line, they just
Yeah,
destroy MJF and boot him out. That's it.
they have
That
not.
if they do that, I have no objection for MJF joining them for a while, short while. Like I
I
have
don't,
no objection. If they boot his ass out, and if MVP keeps his promise and boot his ass out, I have no objections to that.
man. I'm just not sure what they're doing with the Hurt Syndicate right now because they got them in a tag division. The tag division AEW has gone downhill because remember they used to have one of the best tag divisions in the world, and now it's just like what is the tag division right now? It's just a bunch of random singles wrestlers and being thrown together. Like Bobby Lashley should be in world title contention or at least like international title contention. What is he doing in a tag division with Shelton? Uh, I don't know. And the whole MGF thing, it's like, God's sake, I've seen the storyline so many times with him. And my main issue with this like the Sons of Texas, I'm enjoying them as a tag team. I guess you forgot to mention they're the current Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, right? So to me, this is another case where AEW is making it clear how superior their titles are to the Ring of Honor titles. Because why are
I
the Ring of Honor titles also on the line if they're so equal? Like, why
I
are the Sons of Texas going for another World Tag Team Championship
I,
when they already are a World Tag Team Champion?
I don't know if they are still
No,
champion.
no, I'm pretty sure they are. Hold on.
I honestly
Yeah,
just want
he's
to go
one
see.
half of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion, Sammy Guevara, and one third of the Ring of Honor World Six Man Championship with the Von Erichs.
Okay.
So yeah, to me, I'm just tired of AEW acting like they saved Ring of Honor when they don't even treat them like equals. And to me, like if it's on Texas, like, hey, I'll put like they didn't even need to be in a Ram tag team. It's like, hey, we're the Ring of Honor World Tag Championships. We'll put our titles on the line against you guys. It's in their equals, right? But no, some
Yeah.
Texas, they want to upgrade because they see Ring of Honor as lesser than AEW. Not Son of Texas, but
So for
AEW. I just
okay.
don't. I just don't like how AEW's been treating Ring of Honor. It goes all the way back to when they treated the Ring of Honor World Title as equal to the freaking Continental Title. And but yeah, I think the Hurt Syndicate's most likely going to retain, but there is a
Yeah.
chance you already go ahead and start putting the cracks in with MJF. Personally, I like to see the Sons of Texas win so they can because I think Lashley needs to get out of the tag division and start doing singles things.
Hmm.
But the fact the Ring of Honor titles aren't on the line makes me think they're going to lose because they'll still have those titles. What do you think?
Probably.
Probably what? Which way?
Dude, I'm so dazed out about talking about this. There's nothing to this match, honestly. Like,
Well, you
this is
understand why
the
I'm
second or
annoyed.
yeah, no, I know too. This is the second or third like pay-per-view in a row where we have to have the tag team champs on the card to give them some kind of opponent. You know what's the sad part? You know who was the last truly threatening opponent for them on a pay-per-view?
Who
Was the fucking Outrunners.
who should have won?
Exactly. So like I don't care at this point. So like I'm sorry if I'm not paying attention. I just really don't care about this
Yeah, I
match.
wouldn't mind if the Sons of Texas had recently had like they had lost the Ring of Honor tag titles before this, so they're trying to get to the AEW tag titles. But no, you're already the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. That should be enough for you to see yourself as equals to the Hurt Syndicate. But no, you want to upgrade because Ring of Honor is clearly defined as being below AEW. And man, it's just annoying. When's the last time any of the Ring of Honor title meant anything?
I don't care. And I'm moving on. So next up in our match for the AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm defends her title against Mina Shirakawa. Like I previously stated, Mina Shirakawa won the second of two, was it fatal four-way eliminator matches, which by pinning Toni Storm, and now she gets a women's title match. Cool. I think it should be a fun match. Obviously, Tony retains. Um,
Yeah, it's just filler until Tony faces whoever it all in, most likely Monet. And it gives Mina Shirakawa something to do in her debut. Hopefully they don't do the old debut somebody, push them for 2 weeks, give a title match, lose, and disappear for a while.
and this is the second time they'll be convening, as the first time it was at last year's Forbidden Door.
Yeah, because so they do have history also with that whole. that whole thing with
Lesbian pollen. You can say lesbian
Murave.
pollen. Say lesbian
I was trying
pollen.
to remember what it's called.
Lesbian pollen.
I was gonna call it HLA, like old Eric Bischoff.
The OSW term for women who have this like lesbian-esque relationship from what it looks like on camera is called lesbian pollen. That's what it's called, and that there was a heavy dose of it last year. So yeah,
I know, I
Tony's
know.
entertained. I think. Oh,
Yeah, I know you loved it.
yeah, it was entertaining. Tony. Obviously Tony's entertaining, but
Yeah,
move.
it's a filler thing for her until she gets to All In. Still could be
Uh,
fun, a good match.
the next one should be a fun match though, as
Hmm.
we have FTR, who are now what was it? What are they called now? Because they can't use the Randy Orton term. Uh, Legend Killer something like I forgot. It's like Bonafide Legend Killer. I forgot. They have their heel like their heel tagline is like something Legend Killers. Uh,
Uh, Mythic Beaters.
no, she's never mind. No, it's FTR taking on Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness, who's technically this will be the second, don't third time he's been in the ring since returning at All in London.
So we're doing a match where a bunch of heels are we're picking on an announcer, and so the other announcer who has some in-ring experience gets up, gets in their face, and is now facing them in a match. Where have I
Do you
seen that
want to see this match
before?
happen or not? I think it's gonna be a good
I was like, where
match.
have I seen that happen recently?
Do you want this match happen or not? Like shit, this
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
shit, you're Super Saiyan.
I'm so,
Okay.
I'm a.
Anyways. Yeah. Apparently, it started with them attacking Garcia. Then it was them talking shit to Giovanni, and then Nigel eventually got involved. And because of that, McGinnis at first was hesitant about helping Garcia out, but because of FTR being assholes now, he accepted the match, and that's the match that's going to be happening at Double or Nothing. I think it should be a
Okay.
good match. I honestly should. Like, we saw from the couple matches Nigel has had since returning to in-ring action. Like, he is still very capable wrestler, obviously. He's
Real
in great
quick,
shape for it, and
is Adam Copeland's injury kayfabe or legit?
I don't know.
I was just
I
saying
don't, I
if it's kayfabe, I think he's showing up.
probably.
But yeah, I'm glad to see Nigel in the ring again. It's always good to see him, and you put him in a tag match, so he's get that ring rust. Uh, doesn't hurt him as bad. You get Garcia in there. I'm sorry, I still don't buy Garcia. I know you like him, but on
He's
one
a
hand,
capable wrestler. You just hate for a fact he looks like a CAW.
well, no, I just find him boring.
Because
Um,
he looks like a CAW.
he sounds like one too. Um, and FDR, they just turned mega heel after taking out Edge. Not gonna call him Cope. Stupid name. Uh,
Oh, we've had to bring that up. Like, the name Edge was off trademark for like a cup of coffee. Whole internet went wild, and the WWE went, whoa, no, 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 no,
hold on a second there.
no. Sorry, go on.
Punk corner. Um, yeah, FDR just turned heels on that. So on one hand, you think they should win, but if this is the case where Edge comes back, that way Garcia and McGuinness can win, and then you can move on to FDR versus Edge. Problem is though, FDR is a tag team, so who would Edge team up with? Would he continue to team up with Garcia, or do you start setting up him and Christian doing something? Because they're doing something weird with Christian right now, which he should have won a world title, but that's neither here nor there. Where that's the whole thing with him and Nick Wayne and the Ring of Honor TV title. So I don't know. Do you think that could set up eventually Edge and Christian versus FTR?
Dude, I don't know anymore with that. They're doing their own storyline with the patriarchy where like Christian is at odds with Nick Wayne and stuff like that. That's what led to that Rhino match. And him and Nick Wayne being a part of the
Oh,
this year's
you mean the
Super
match
Juniors
with the
tournament.
freaking small skinny guy who weighs like a buck 50 soaking wet beat fucking Rhino?
Yeah, I don't disagree with that crowd calling that bullshit.
Yeah, it was bullshit. And no, I don't care how old Rhino is right now. No real world does Nick Wayne
Oh,
beat Rhino.
okay. I,
I'm sorry.
I, deep breaths, dude. So, do you choose FT? Oh, is it FTR or Garcia McGuiness to win?
It depends if Edge shows up. If Edge doesn't show up, I
I mean,
give the
regardless, I'm choosing FTR.
no. But if Edge shows up, Garcia McGuiness. If he doesn't show up, FTR.
I'm gonna go FTR regardless.
Mm-hmm. If Edge shows up,
Next, yeah. Next up in a match, like I didn't know what was happening. Honestly, like I heard it was announced. I'm like, wait, why is this match happening? It is Mark Briscoe taking on Ricochet in a stretcher match. I'm assuming this is revenge for the match Briscoe won against Ricochet like a month or so back.
oh god, I like these. I like both these guys competitors. I like Mark Briscoe as a person,
So,
but I don't fucking care about this storyline. It's so freaking random.
so basically, for those who don't know, a stretcher match is extremely simple. It's basically you strap your opponent to a stretcher, get him to the entryway of the wrestling show, and that's it. You win.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I kind of like ambulance matches a bit more.
yeah. Because at least
Like
you
at
gotta get
least
them
they're
in the ambulance. You gotta shut the door.
doors. There was more drama on that. Though my favorite, hands down ambulance match finish is still the Ryback Cena one. Because he ate him through the top of the fucking roof of
Yeah,
the ambulance. And I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? You got me. That was clever.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know Briscoe's good. Ricochet's good. Like, I feel like this is another one of those we just need one of them on the card kind of matches. But, I don't know, man. Fucking Ricochet, like,
I guess like what are they doing with Briscoe? Like they gave him a Ring of Honor World Title run, and then ever since then he's just
there.
the baby face they bring in to lose.
Yep, he's just there. So I'm gonna go Ricochet. I would
Yeah.
love Briscoe to win, just to fuck
Mm-hmm.
over Ricochet again. Like he hurt and Zach Gowen, man. What the fuck's wrong with him? He took his prosthetic leg. Like it could be Briscoe, honestly. You could see Zach Gowen hop along and like
Hop
kick his
along.
I apologize. I don't mean to make it sound like that. But he could
No, don't
show
you?
up.
No, it's fine, man.
No,
It's
he
just
could show up, attack Ricochet, and help Briscoe get the win. Like, I think that's what it could lead to, but we'll see. But like for now, I'll
no.
go with Ricochet.
Yeah, like I feel like Ricochet. I don't know what they're doing with Ricochet. I want
You know what?
sometimes.
They're doing better with Ricochet than they are in WWE. I think we talked about this before. They're doing better with him in AEW than they are in WWE right now.
I
At
mean,
least he's annoyingly relevant.
he's less likable.
Annoyingly relevant. That's what I said.
I don't know, man. Like they keep putting him in title matches. He loses. Now he's in this random feud with Briscoe. I don't know what they're doing with him. And
Uh,
I don't know what they're doing with either of these guys. So it feels like, hey, these two guys aren't doing anything. Let's have them fight for reasons.
yeah. We'll see what
I
happens.
guess I'll go with Ricochet. They're doing more with him than Briscoe. So and it's a stretcher match. It's not like Briscoe's getting pinned, even though that wouldn't stop them.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder, does Zach Gowen interferes? Is it a feel good win for Briscoe? That could still
Probably.
happen. But I'll still go
Probably.
with Ricochet.
Next up in our match for the AEW Uh, did they change the name of this?
The
No, they didn't.
AEW Continental Breakfast
Continental,
Championship.
the con for the AEW Continental Championship, which I
Continental.
think this should, if this is the Okada we got at World's End, this should be good. As Okada defends against Speedball Mike Bailey. If
Hmm.
if we get World's End Okada, this should be a standout match.
My only issue with this match is that they're once again putting Speedball in a title match that he's most likely not going to win.
Well, they're
And
probably gonna have Roosh ruin it. Because hey, my brother watches Collision, so I found out about this. So apparently, Roosh is pissed they lost that like $400,000 tag team match. So Roosh has been attacking all the members of the other team.
uh,
Um, yeah, and so Speedball has been wanting him to attack him since.
mm-hmm.
That
Excuse me.
Roosh could interfere in this to give Okada the retention, but like.
Uh, I,
I no, I think it still has supposed to be being a great match.
oh yeah, it's Okada and Mike Bailey. Yeah, It's probably
But
gonna be a
I'm
great
worried which
match.
Okada we're getting though. That's what I'm worried about is which Okada we're getting.
The Okada that gives a shit, the Okada doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
guys,
hoping
Okada
it's
is Okada becoming Brock Lesnar, where if he actually tries, he's great.
yeah, we'll see. I think regardless, I think I you know what I love? I love Speedball Mike Bailey being in this position on a pay-per-view card. Like he's good. I like what do you think of what do you think of his AEW thing? I like it.
Yeah, it's good. But like I said, I'm glad he's in these big title matches. It's just if he keeps losing these big title matches, it hurts his credibility. Like it's like he's the guy who can't win the big one.
Mm,
And so eventually you gotta do something with him. Obviously Okada's gonna win this because they're setting up him and Omega, which I'm hoping that means they finally unify the belts and get rid of this pointless title.
mm.
Which God's sake, he's held it now for what is that? This recording 427 days.
Yippee. Yeah,
Uh,
Okada retains because we're going to Okada Omega title for title at All In.
yes,
Um, yeah.
but
So
still be should be a good match.
next up in the Owen men's Owen Hart Cup Tournament Finals is Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay. By Godspray. Yeah, this is pretty dope. This match should be fucking fire. They've already talked shit to each other on a
Mm-hmm.
previous show. I don't remember exactly what they said because ironically enough, it was an episode of Dynamite I missed. Um,
They
but I
had a
heard,
conversation. They had a conversation tonight, as this, which I
well,
watched a bit of it, and I have notes.
I have notes. Oh,
Yes,
Jesus Christ. I'm
no,
gonna
it's
go to bed at the crack of dawn by this point.
no. My only notes is that Osprey kind of missed a few of his lines, and Hangman kind of
Did he bruv too much?
he broved too much, and
Bruv.
Hangman kind of rambled a bit, and the segment just went on too long. Like if I think it was at least 15 minutes, Scott. Um, and then they drank beer, and Osprey wasted most of the beer, but the Hangman actually had to show him how to actually drink a real beer. Like you drink the damn thing, you don't just pour it over your face.
Hmm.
Uh, and this match I'm conflicted over because on one hand, you gotta go with the Will Ospreay on one hand because you've been pushing him for a while, and you gotta put the world title eventually. But on the other hand, ever since the Swerve feud, Hangman has been on fire, and AEW has been doing everything they can unintentionally of putting that fire out. And
Hmm.
Hangman, through sheer perseverance, has kept that fire alive. So, damn it, it feels like Hangman should actually be the guy to ride that wave and get another run with the world title because current Hangman, I feel like, is way more prepared to be world champion than
Hmm.
the first time around, even though that he was the guy to beat Omega during that time because Hangman's improved dramatically since his first world title run. So it's really hard because you can make the argument for either of these guys who really should. And Hangman was in the finals of last year's Owen
Yeah.
Hart Cup, and he lost to Brian. So this one's actually could go either way because there's good arguments for both of these men. But since also after All In, you're going to Forbidden Door in London,
But-
you probably want to go with Osprey as world champion.
So yeah, this is the question. I know, UK Forbidden
Knows.
Doors right around the corner. It would be
Mm-hmm.
smart for Osprey to have that title, but at the same time, you just need
Mm-hmm.
Osprey on the card at the same time for that UK Forbidden Door pay-per-view.
And man, Hangman's busted his ass to get back into
That's the
this.
other thing. And also it's in Texas.
Yes.
Like you want the top two pops that event's gonna get are for Osprey and Hangman.
Well, it's in Texas
And
because he's a cowboy. He's from Virginia, but still.
let me I know he's from Virginia. He
Mm-hmm.
wore the Virginians for Lovers shirt that one time. They were in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
but
know
at the same
he's a cowboy, baby.
at the same time, you also say, well, Hangman just needs to be on the card. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Cars have to change a lot more often than not. So this is why I mean when I say that this sucks, but it could still go either way. You could have Hangman win and we have him win over Moxley. there's a storyline there. We know there's a storyline there between Hangman and Moxley.
And it still works because even though he was established in previous company, you can call Hangman an AEW original, so you can still have it be that kind of guy to beat Moxley. And finally, in the stupid Death Rider storyline, that's the silver lining to this. No matter who wins this they're most likely ending this terrible title reign. And I hate it. I love Moxley, but this has been an awful title reign.
So but at the same time, Ospreay, well, doesn't have complete beef against the Death Riders.
Yeah,
He's
that's true.
been
Yeah,
spouting how like great AEW is and shit like that. So like
and
that could be started with something.
he's not an AEW original or anything like that. He's a guy kind of who came in from New Japan,
Hmm.
so it's not you could I feel you can get a stronger storyline with Hangman because he's been AEW since day one. He's got history with Moxley. Well, Will Ospreay, he just beat this big name and a star, just feuded with Moxley for the title. Uh, okay, so I'm gonna go with what I want. I want Hangman to win because I feel like the story would be stronger with him. That's the way I can pick.
Man, I was just I don't want like Osprey feels like the most obvious answer. They've
Yeah,
been they've been seriously holding back on like just giving him the world title, which I applaud.
mhm.
I fucking applaud because they could have slapped that title on by the end of last year. Hell, I remember I think that was my prediction like the end of 2023 was that like by the end of 2024 Will Ospreay would be world champion. Like and I was wrong. It wasn't him. It was
Moxley,
Moxley.
for better
Again,
or worse,
eh, for better or for worse,
for worse, for worse.
but like, I could be wrong again. Like, we could see, like, I could still be right. Ospreay could be champion by the end of 2025, but like, Hangman at the other end, like you said, has been busting his ass with this new character that he's created. Like, and it's been amazing. He's gone over the crowd once again. Like,
Yeah, you had the whole thing with him and Swerve finding some sort of a little bit of peace, was sort of finally apologizing to him. Hangman has already gotten involved with Moxley leading up to this, like back at World's End, and so you can easily slip him into this feud because right now Swerve's. We'll talk about the match next, but Swerve is going out is still feuding with him right now.
I'm gonna go just because you said that. I'm gonna go with Osprey because you know they're gonna want to do Osprey swerve.
You mean to
You
say you're
know,
gonna, you mean to say you want to do Osprey Swerve at All In?
no. Picking Osprey. Okay, sorry. Let me be clear. Picking Osprey to win the tournament,
Uh huh.
the tournament finals, winning it all in, and eventually taking out Swerve for a world title,
Me
defending the
though,
world
I
title.
guess depends on what you care about more. If you what would be the bigger spectacle thing, and what would be the better story. And I feel like Hangman has the better story because he came off this really good storyline with Swerve, and then they nearly killed him by having to lose to Jay White for no freaking reason multiple times. Then they got him back in the world title scene with World's End, and they slowly been building him up again. I feel like if he gets to the Owen Hart finals for the second year in a row and loses, that really derails him hard. Like, so what do you do with him after this? Who does Hangman feud with if Osprey goes after Moxley? Who
Hmm.
is there? Like, do you do something with him and Swerve again, like as allies instead of enemies? But who are they fighting? I just feel like it's really hard because both these guys, you can make solid cases for why they should be world champion. But I really think Osprey can survive losing this match more than Hangman can. So that's
I'm gonna
why
stick. Okay,
that's
you said Hangman. I'm
in
gonna
my
go.
heart, in my gut, I'm gonna stick with Hangman, even
I'm
if it
gonna
does.
go. I'm gonna go Osprey. As soon
Mhm.
as I said Swerve Osprey, I'm like, oh no, they're really Osprey
That
because
doesn't
they
need to be
won.
for that doesn't need to be for the world title though.
But Swerve's goal is to get back into the world title picture.
Yeah,
He's
but
just hit a detour with the Death Riders and the Bucks again. 'Cause remember, the Bucks screwed him over out of that world title. So like once he deals with the Bucks, possibly at Anarchy Arena, which will that's our next match we'll go get to. Like, what's next? He's going to want to go after that world title again. So we'll see. We'll see. I think both can be fully justified to winning the Owen Cup. We'll have to see what happens this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But next up in our main event and possibly really long match of the evening, it is Anarchy in the arena as the team of the international champion Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Will
Mm-hmm.
Nightingale, the World Trios champions, the Ops, which is Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Ops, and Katsuyori Shibata, take on the Death Riders, which will be Moxley, Claudio, Shafir, and Asshole Yuta, and the Young Bucks. Um,
Yay.
y- yeah, this match has all the fixings of a. You know what I like about this Anarchy Arena?
There's women in it.
Like, who's not only just who's in it, but like the fact that like they slowly built this over the months. It wasn't just like out of nowhere they're all teaming up. No, like Kenny has had shit with the Bucks. Swerve
Uh,
has had shit with the Bucks and the Death Riders. Will has had shit with Marina Shafir specifically. The Ops just took the World Trios titles off the Death Riders, and so
mm-hmm.
they want more, especially after what was it? Gabe Kidd interfered in the steel cage match for the world title and like thanks as a favor for the Death Riders. So and the Bucks. So like there,
Mm-hmm.
there's perfect reasoning for everybody to be in this match, and it's been built up for a while. It's not just
Is
last minute we're
this
gonna slap people together.
is
I
this the
call it war games.
first? Is this the first day in Stampede slash Arcade Arena this mixed tag?
I
'Cause I can't recall if they had women in this type of match
no, this
before.
is no, this is the first
Okay, that's what I
mixed
thought.
tag edition of Anarchy in Arena.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just want to make sure.
Um, okay, a couple. Oh, let's talk about what's gonna happen before we talk about who's gonna win. Um, I think with the storyline, because right now Willow's in a storyline with Statlander, where Statlander's trying to get her to forgive. Where Statlander's trying to get Nightingale to forgive her for her past transactions when she was with Stokely. That's one thing. She could help her out when attack Shafir, team up and take out Shafir. Um, like they could do the music joke they do every year, where it's like they won't stop playing the music, or they. I think I loved last year's where it's like, quit the music, it's not in our budget.
Not in our budget. That's a funny joke. But the thing is, Moxley's current theme sucks.
Then there was of course last year's ridiculous. Let's see, setting somebody on fire and hanging a man upside down and kick him in the face to death. Um,
Hmm. I do think Team Good Guy is going to win
okay, yeah,
because,
but what do you think's gonna happen in this match? What do you think's the most ridiculous thing that could happen in this
oh
match?
God, it's AEW. They could do anything. Uh,
Guess. I want you to give a really good guess.
Wheeler Yuta's going to have to get the absolute shit beat out of him in this match. Like he's going to be the punching bag for the bad guy team. I do think Will Nightingale's definitely going to get something over on Shafir. Uh,
Ooh, what you said made me a good idea. Powerhouse Hobbs used Wheeler Yuta as a battering ram. No, not as battering ram, as a weapon. Like he lit swings him back and forth like a weapon. Not like this, but like
no,
this.
did you see the last Godzilla King Kong movie?
I still haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well you probably know about it. There's a scene where King Kong takes Little Kong and literally uses him as a freaking weapon against the other Kongs. And
I'm
it's the
not
fun.
surprised that happens.
It's the
Mhm.
funniest damn scene. So I'm just picturing Powerhouse just picking up Will Yuta and swinging him, like hitting a motherfucker with a motherfucker.
Yeah, I love
Oh
that
man,
phrase.
that would
But
be.
that I can see happening. Okay, but definitively who's going to win? I'm gonna choose Team Good Guys because Team Bad Guys won last year.
Also, Team Bad Guy. It makes a lot of sense because King Omega needs to get one over on the Bucks so he can go after Omega Okada. Uh,
Swerve needs to move on so that way he can probably start building himself back up to go for the world title again.
Here's the thing: I think Swerve tries to go after the Death Riders again. Death Riders try to take him out permanently, and this is one of the reasons I go with Hangman winning. Hangman saves Swerve, and Hangman Swerve form an alliance against the Death Riders. I think that'd be a stronger storyline.
One day at a time. But for
Uh,
definitively,
and the Ops, they've already beaten the Death Riders, so and I don't think they're gonna do anything with that. Also, Willow needs to get finish up her thing with Shafir. So yeah,
And
I
also, yeah, with and reteam with Statlander again.
yeah they need to do something with Willow because they gave her that criminally short TBS.
Wow.
They gave her that criminally short TBS title reign. So yeah, you gotta do something with her.
Yeah, so yeah, so this is beginning. Another reason, of course, is obviously this is probably the beginning. Like them losing the World Trios titles was beginning, but this is truly beginning and for Death Riders. I say they lose
Oh,
here,
God, I hope
and
so.
it's beginning and for them with the Finley Moxley losing the world title at All in Texas.
Man, this storyline started so interesting and it has become so freaking terrible. And I
We
hate to
said
say
before, we
that.
said again, there was no true leader. They had no idea what to do, and then they just became the most bog standard heel stable that AEW has at the
I
moment.
still believe the higher power is supposed to be Shane McMahon that fell through. I
I
still
think
believe that.
no, I believe the other one where it was supposed to be Sammy Callahan,
I think that
and
was their
like
backup plan. They realized that would be stupid because no offense, Sam McCallan. Nobody knows who the fuck he is.
we
Like
know who the fuck he is.
we know
We
who the
saw
fuck
him
he is.
live. We saw him live. Staple gun a man's tongue to a
I
door.
know that was amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
but no, yeah, this is truly the beginning end for all the Death Riders. Like I don't know where the Young Bucks go in this, and personally, I don't give a fuck.
Man,
Um,
it super sucks to have a group that has so much talent be booked so terribly.
yeah, I saw them show up at Dynasty, and I went, "Oh yeah, they're only here for Anarchy in the Arena." I did. I said that on React. I'm like, they're just here for Anarchy in the Arena. But yeah,
Now,
no.
but I'm sure we're gonna get some fun spots and because they love doing that in these kind of matches. And God, hopefully it leads to better things at all in.
See, same here. Me too. I hope so too. But yeah, this should be a wild match as every year it is. But yeah,
Mhm.
we go with Team Face to win
Yes.
the show.
Team Kenny back on Omega.
Yes. Get well soon, Jim Ross. Okay, so our bet. What this is going to probably be a bit of a challenge. What do you think is going to be the best match of the event?
Oh, that's hard. Cause I
Because
can't.
we usually all of us is go Anarchy in the Arena as one of our top three every year.
Yeah, but this card has Okada Bailey and also
And
Adam Page with Ospreay.
I'm gonna go. You know what? It's probably gonna be a dynamite match. I'm gonna go with Paige Ospreay. That should be a fucking banger. I'm sorry. Like we were talking earlier, it was supposed to be I believe Darby in the finals, but Paige Ospreay, I don't know why, way better. This
I wonder who Darby was supposed to replace. Probably Hangman.
I think it was supposed. See, that's the other problem I have worried about. I'm worried about that. Like that's why another reason to choose Osprey is what if Hangman was the replacement?
Well, if Hangman was the replacement, if Darby was the original winner, that would mean Hangman would be the winner.
You think Darby was gonna win, go on to All and take the title from Moxley?
Yes, I feel like that was the whole original plan of this entire time. Like,
Interesting point. Interesting point. Well, that's another reason to go our way. But I'm choosing. I know Eric Henry is probably gonna be it, but my heart says Paige Osprey should be a
yeah,
banger.
I agree. I think it's gonna be Paige Ospreay. But man,
Maybe,
I have to reiterate
may
that point. Darby
yeah.
Allin, you conquered Mount Everest, but you possibly sacrificed a world title run.
Possibility Okada Bailey if we get that Okada from World's End.
And if they don't ruin it with the interference,
Exactly. But yeah, that's so yours was
I'm gonna agree with you that it's Paige Ospreay.
and Paige Ospreay for me as well, though I wouldn't be surprised if it's Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah,
But so that's gonna do it folks for our predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2025. As I hit refresh a few more times,
just to make sure.
we're good. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below.
You
Excuse
want to
me. If
share
you
it
want to share this
around.
around, share it around. And if you like it's just a little bit more than anybody else, when it comes to talking about Double or Nothing in Arizona, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what your predictions are for Double or Nothing. What do you think is going to be the best match of the night? What do you think is going to be a standout moment of the night, especially from the Anarchy and the Arena match? Let
Mm-hmm.
us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our predictions overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. Of course, Nick, aside from his channel, where can they find you elsewhere on the internet?
Oh, you can find me over on the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and the XX, formerly known as Twitter, baby.
Yes. And also you can check out our pal Mo Brothers on the socials at AfroMoBro.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can check out our reactions to last year's Double or Nothing right here on the channel. You can check out our previous AEW pay-per-view reactions to
Dynasty.
Dynasty 2025 right here on the channel as well with that amazing ending. Amazing. Totally amazing. Look at all the air quotes I'm using. Amazing main event finish. Yeah. So yeah, until next time though, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
And this has been a very Arizona filled episode of SRB TV.
Brought to you by
1, 2, 3
2-3
Wrestling.
Wrestling. Yes. And we will see you guys later. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.